There we go. Now we gotta wait for everybody to find us. Okay, when everybody finds us. Damn, somebody already found us. That was quick. Holy cow. Y'all are quick about this. Okay. Wait for everybody to get in here so we can finish telling the story. We're not going to forget the story, guys. We're going to tell the story. One so far. Oh, I got to put the thingy back in here. Gertrude, and we're back. That's right. Gertrude. Yay, back on. Yes. Okay, so we're going to tell this. We're going to finish the story. We're going to finish the story. Don't worry. We're not going to leave you hanging. I would never leave you hanging. No way. First, I got to do something. I got to put the thing back in the thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, hang on. There we go. I had to put the pinned comment back at the top. Otherwise, Heather's going to yell at me and be like, PSA. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Heather. Okay. PSA. Heather. I got it. Okay. Okay. The thing and the thing. Exactly. And see, I'm glad you understand, Andrea. Here, we're going to do this while we're waiting for people to get in here. Let's do this. Okay. So we got the meat going in there. We got mushrooms being chopped. I got to test, make sure they're not poisonous.
What if I said they were?
Hell yeah. That's really messed up, Stuart. So messed up. Okay. What once was lost has returned. I know, right? Yay. Okay. So he was talking about how he used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew. Now, so much so that for his birthday one year, my mother and her girlfriend back in the day used to make cakes, but not just any cakes. They would make themed cakes. They would like make cakes that were like shapes, like just tons of things. Well, I don't want to talk about some of the shapes that they made because they were not okay. They were adult cakes. That's all I'm going to say. Remember those?
I do.
Okay. So one year for his birthday, my mom made him a birthday cake. And it was, she constructed an actual can of Mountain Dew, all decorated and everything. And she even took clear gelatin and she colored it green and then put it in a cup and tilted it so that it looked like it was like tipped sideways. And she stuck it to the cake too. Listen, she was elaborate. But that's how much Mountain Dew this man used to drink, that my mother actually made him a Mountain Dew cake for his birthday one year. So now exactly how much Mountain Dew did you used to consume, Stuart?
I was drinking as much as a case, 24 cans of Mountain Dew a day.
A day.
A day. I thought I was indestructible. I didn't think I needed to sleep. And that is part of the reason. Not to mention, most of the meals I had were from Hamburger Helper or stovetop stuffing.
Oh my God, right?
Nothing better than Hamburger Helper, stovetop stuffing, and baked beans mixed together.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuart was not the healthiest guy in the world.
Yeah, you talk about a 180.
It's a good thing he was cute, because otherwise there was absolutely nothing you could tolerate about this man. Nothing.
I was a butthead.
And my mom used to call you that all the time too. Stuart, you're such a butthead. All pre-packed. You know who I don't see in the chat? You know who I don't see in the chat tonight? I don't see Golden in the chat tonight. I'm real upset. And I'm calling that out because I know she's going to watch it later. Golden. Golden. Little Miss, I'm going to make fun of Kim for not eating healthy ever. We have one night where we are literally doing nothing but healthy stuff, and you're not even here.
And sister. I was expecting her to be my support.
That's right. You let him down. You let down my friend. Golden, what happened? I did warn her. You're right, Andrea. See, Andrea even said it. You warned Golden. I did. I warned her. I'm sorry that she disappointed you.
I guess we'll have to do it again sometime this summer.
100%. So I'm thinking about, okay, listen, guys. I'm thinking about coming back in June. I think June. Hang on. We're going to nail this down because I know ASMR was asking me about it earlier because ASMR, I think, is making a trip to Furball Farm this summer. Let me just double check. Yeah, thank you, Jerry, for texting me and telling me that because I was like, I don't know what it looks like on that end. Hang on. I'm looking. Somewhere in here, I've got this thing, this invite to a wedding. Listen, I don't know how wedding things work anymore.
People
Once
get
it,
married at them.
listen, they do. Okay, here it is. Well, now there's Evites. They just send you a text message with a little link, and you go to the link, and it's like, hey, check it out. Look, somebody's getting married. Okay, so all right, so ASMR, if you are in here at some point and you watch this, I am just coming in here to tell you that I will be here. If I'm going to come up here, it will be the last week of June because the wedding is July 1st. So if you're going to plan on coming out to Furball Farm and you want to be out there the same time I go, and we can make a party out of it, maybe we'll be able to, by then, maybe I'll be able to wear Stuart down and he'll come with us. Stuart, come on. You can visit. It's not like you got to take him home with you.
That would not happen. So the way the whole story goes is, when I was growing up, we had an Angora cat that was inside. My dad was the same way. He was a dog person. He trained police dogs for a living. And there was no way we were going to get another cat. We had a Shetland pony outside. And while we were taking care of the Shetland pony, a stray tabby showed up, orange and white tabby.
Aww.
And this cat attached itself to my dad. And of course, he wouldn't admit it, but it followed him everywhere. But there was no way it was coming in the house. Well, we had an older home, and we had a spare freezer and refrigerator down in the basement. I'm down in the basement. I'm getting ready to get something out of the refrigerator. Behind the refrigerator and up above is a window, small window. On the outside, under a deck, is this orange tabby. On top of the refrigerator, unknowns to me, is our Angora cat. I opened the refrigerator. The Angora cat freaked out, thinking it was being attacked, and jumped down on my head. I ended up with 20 stitches in my head.
This was an accident. The cat was scared. This was not a vicious cat attack.
Get it?
Stuart, this was not, listen, no, you're going to Furball Farm.
You know, the whole thing is it's not that I don't like cats. Every place I've ever been, everybody I've ever been with has had cats.
Do you like little dogs?
I would prefer a big dog.
I knew it.
That's just it. I mean, I'm used to dogs, larger dogs.
Right.
I love Alaskan Malamutes. I love German Shepherds. I grew up around German Shepherds. That's what my dad trained.
I grew up mostly around dogs because, you know, John liked dogs. He didn't like cats. So we were never allowed to have, I mean, I've had cats when I was little, but not very many. And mostly it was dogs. We had that big black lab, Lucky. Remember Lucky?
I do.
Yeah. You do. Oh, yay, you remember Lucky. But yeah, so I mean, I grew up around dogs as well, but I'm just a cat person at heart. I really am. Just cats are my thing. Yeah. Oh, Andrea says scared it bad. Poor kitty and Stuart too. Oh, look at you got sympathy. So sad. Not the kitty's fault. That's right. Not the kitty's fault.
Oh, I know.
And I did not. I saw this. I got to get back to it. Heather, thank you so much for another gift of membership. And Ari got it. Congratulations. Yay. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Yes, they are. I know, aren't they? I swear. Listen, I started this channel with no real like expectations of it. And these guys all come along and they have made this channel what it is. They have absolutely just blown my mind every time I turn around. They're so generous, they're so supportive, they're so loving, and I absolutely love this community. And so Gertrude says you're destined to be a huge cat man. It's coming. She said right there. She said it. If she said it, it's on the internet. And if it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
If I get another animal, it will be a dog. But that's not going to happen, bro. So anybody that wants to be able to
Which means I'm not proposing to you now. So there. It was a thought, and now it's gone out the window. I hope you're happy, Stuart. You screwed that up. Ask these guys. They'll tell you. There are 3 people. There are 3 people.
The subject.
Nope. I told everybody on here one day there's 3 ways I would get married again. If it was to Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, or this one guy that I know that's a horror writer, Vincent Pinacapa. I said,
horror writer.
Yes, or if it's Stuart. Those are the only ways I would ever get married again. You know why I chose those 3? Because it was the 3 I knew would never happen. And it'll never happen because he just won't accept the cat life. He knows he's a cat man at heart. He's just not going to admit it. And as long as he denies his true passion in life.
Animals.
from a distance when they're not on top of refrigerators.
That don't even bother me anymore.
That poor kitty was so scared.
Traumatized.
Literally.
I get it.
That poor kitty's like, you think you're traumatized, dude. Here's me.
I don't even remember how old I was. I think it was like 11 or 12 years old.
Aw.
I was traumatized. My mom was probably traumatized because I'm sure I was screaming my head off.
I'm sure. Gertrude says, Kim, I make relationship plans just like that too, right? You make the relationship plans so they are so outlandish that you'll never have to live up to them. Retired life, how you doing? Heather Helms in here with $1.99. Thank you so much, honey. You guys are so phenomenal. I love it. Andrea says, I love the rouse. Isn't it rouse? Is it rouse? Rouse, the spaghetti. How you say
Sure.
it?
Rouse,
Rayos.
Any one of the above.
The healthy stuff. Whatever.
It's one of them.
One of the healthy things.
Basically, I'm not opposed to any spaghetti sauces in a jar as long as it's all either organic or at least whole foods that are in there.
Right.
No sugars, no chemicals, no citric acid, things like that.
Citric acid, that's bad. Yeah, because that's in Mountain Dew. That's literally all Mountain Dew is. How is little Chilla Kitty doing? Okay, so I have a story about Chilla that I was made. Okay, I got a phone call. First of all, I get a phone call last night from Greta at like 10 o'clock. Now, I've already been sleeping for like 2 hours, right? I get woken up because she's like, Kim, did Bagheera have a little bald patch on the base of his tail with a little scratch before? And I'm like, I don't think so. She's like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Is he injured? Should I take him? I'm like, Greta, it's fine. Don't worry about it. She sends me a picture and I looked at it and I'm like, chances are he was like trying to go from one spot to another and like Mittens or Oswald just swatted at him because it looks like it was just a superficial wound, nothing major. Like, it's fine. She's like, okay. So I get her calmed down because listen, she's a very good kitty sitter. She's very concerned and she wants to make sure that everybody is in the same condition that I left them in, right? So I hang up with her after I calm her down and she's fine. Like I said, I love this woman to death. And I'm off the phone for about 5 minutes and she calls back. And I'm like, oh God, what happened now? She goes, Chilla and Tater Tot hate each other. She said, I just had to chase them through 3 rooms and separate them because they were getting at each other. And I was like, is anybody injured? Is anybody bleeding? Is anybody wounded? Does anybody need to go to the vet? She goes, no. I said, then you know what? Tater Tot is just being an ass to everybody lately. She's been doing it to Pebbles. She's been doing it to Hazel. She's been just antagonizing things. And I'm like, you know what? She's fine. It's fine. As long as nobody is wounded, they're fine. She's like, okay. So as of right now, Chilla is fine and 100% defending herself against Tater Tot being a butthead. Golden is here. She's here.
Hey, Golden.
Hey, girl. Hey. We were just talking about you.
I'm glad you're here to help support me.
So, Golden, this is Stuart. Golden in the house. Yay. So, we were actually sitting here going, oh my God, she's not here. Angela says, I use the Rouse homemade sensitive marinara. Sensitive? Sensitive. There's sensitive marinara?
You gotta be nice to it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Colton says, hi, Stuart. Nice to meet you. Isn't he a cutie pie? You guys, isn't he a cutie pie? Look at a cutie pie face. Look at him. Look at this. Look, put him.
Still red from talking about what we were talking about a few minutes ago. All right, now.
Yes. Okay.
This is done.
This is done.
Just I turned it off so it can stay warm. Right. Do you want some dessert beforehand?
He's turning red again now.
I'm just really tanned. I'm outside all day long.
Yes, okay, what is it?
So for me,
is it healthy?
One of the things you learn as a health coach and taking care of people, don't eat fruit on top of other stuff. You want an empty stomach when you eat fruit because it goes straight through you. And fruit is designed, it wants to deposit its seeds, so it goes straight through you. So you should always eat dessert as long as it's healthy.
That just proves that all fruit are men. Once it deposits its seeds, it's just gone.
Okay, do you like chocolate?
Oh my God, yes.
Blow past this again.
Look, he's blushing again. It's so fun. I forgot how easy it is. God, I seriously forgot how easy it is to.
I'm telling you, I'm
It
just
is
that
so.
tan.
He's such a liar. He's such a damn liar. I completely forgot until now how easy it is to make this man blush. It's so. Golden says sugar. I don't know, but you said chocolate. Listen, hang on, Golden. Just calm the hell down.
No sugar.
No sugar. Are you ready?
If I did,
If he did.
it would be honey, and I actually have two different kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Or
What year is the chocolate?
it would be coconut sugar.
Don't start with the chocolate on me. You know about my Hershey's Kiss, right? Oh, you
No,
don't.
I
So I have a giant Hershey Kiss. How big is it, you guys? It's got to be about that big. It's a giant Hershey Kiss.
Okay.
It's 5 years old and it's in my freezer still. I could get rid of it, but now it's a matter of how long can I keep it. Now it's a mission.
It
And
wouldn't stay
Heather,
in my freezer because, first of all, I wouldn't eat chocolate Hershey's
you don't
Kisses
want to
anymore.
eat it.
But not only that, I got a small freezer.
It's giant. It's a huge
Gotta
Hershey's
have a place
Kiss.
to put my lamb.
Stop. Stop it. And Heather gifted another membership, and the mayor's daughter got it. Congratulations and thank you, Heather. That's why she said, "Why? What year is the chocolate?" We were all trying to figure out one time how long chocolate can be kept in a freezer and still be good. We figured it was like 3 years. I was like, "Well, mine's it's past it. I'm not eating it. Now I'm just going to keep it forever."
If it was brown and turns completely white, I'd get rid
It's
of it.
starting to turn white.
Get
It's
rid of it.
fine. It's fine.
Well, just
I'm not going to eat it.
you don't have to eat it.
I just want to keep it. When I die, I'm passing it on to you. I'm be like, in my will, it's gonna be like, and I bequeath my giant Hershey Kiss to Stuart. I'm gonna bequeath the Hershey Kiss to you.
You know where we'll go? Out to the
You
island
better
and
not.
campfire.
You better not. Only if it's in a s'more.
Oh hell no. No. Trust me, I used to love s'mores too. I used
Hell
to go.
yeah.
I used to do a polar plunge every year, and at the polar plunge, they always had a campfire, and you could have free s'mores. But I don't do those anymore.
Angela, it's your birthday. Angela, is that your name? I just want to make sure that the name that you have on there is actually your name because I'm about to sing you happy birthday. Okay, I sing everybody happy birthday when it's their birthday.
You
I
didn't
trust.
sing me happy birthday yesterday.
You know what? Because I knew I'd see you tonight. Just listen. Shush. Okay. Ready, Angela? Are you ready for this? Happy birthday to you. Happy to you. Happy birthday, dear Angela. Happy birthday to you. There. Oh my God, so funny. So, anyways, so as far as the chocolate is concerned, we are using honey.
This is just cheap baking cacao, but it's
Cacao.
unsweetened
It's cocoa.
100% cacao, which is raw chocolate.
It's cocoa.
It is. It is.
I know.
But it doesn't have sugar in it.
No sugar.
It is.
I know
sugar.
I know it doesn't have sugar in it because when I was a kid, my mom was making something and she had the baking cocoa, and I tried to eat it because I was like, chocolate, yay!
Do you want me to get you a teaspoon with some cinnamon, and you can do the cinnamon?
Okay, listen. I was doing those things before they were TikTok challenges.
Yeah. Do you like avocados?
I love avocados.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So
wait a minute. There's chocolate, honey. Okay. Shh.
I used to make my ice cream with frozen bananas and frozen blueberries.
Sounds good.
Because I don't eat dairy. Well, what I found out, and this is one of the things we teach people as wild fit coaches and health and wellness coaches, is you have to do process of elimination to find out what the food you're eating is doing to you or for you. And I found out bananas can give you a lot of gas. It's a fruit. So I went away from bananas and I started using avocados because they're a very good, healthy oil. So this is simple. Avocados, frozen blueberries, a little bit of Hershey's. Well, you can use whatever kind of cacao you want, but just raw cacao. And I use about a tablespoon and a half. And then about a tablespoon and a half of honey. You can use maple syrup, which is really, really good too. But maple syrup is another one of those, even though it's technically natural, it still has to go through processing because you couldn't just go up to a maple tree and start drinking the sap out of it. You have to boil it down first, otherwise it's. I mean, you can,
Oh, I was gonna say it because I have.
but it's not actual maple syrup, and that's why I say
We
honey.
used to do that. We used to tap trees. My ex-husband, his dad taps trees up on their land, up northern Minnesota, and we used to go out there and tap trees all the time. And I sit out there and he's like, "Stop touching my stuff."
As a 14-year-old living out in the woods by myself for a little while, one of the things I learned, if you want something sweet, go to a maple tree, peel the bark off, and boil it for a little bit. Now you've got some sweet water.
Right. Okay. So retired life. That is actually. Listen, you wrote that, and I'm literally not hating and not saying that you're wrong. My question is, so retired life says I don't use honey because they don't want to use any animal products. Okay. Is So no bees are harmed in the production of honey. Now, the reason I say that, now just go with me here. I always was under the assumption that people that were not eating things because they didn't want to use animal products, but because they didn't want to use things that caused harm to animals.
It's
Or
not
that
the only reason.
so that's not the reason?
It's not the only reason.
Okay, so why would honey be a bad thing? And I'm seriously, again, I'm not judging. I'm asking seriously, why retired life would you consider that an animal product when it's not, is it really an animal product?
Oh, it's an
No.
insect.
It's an insect, number one. So
Mhm.
that's not, doesn't actually qualify as an animal. And two, it's not an actual animal product because it doesn't, I don't know, Google how honey is needed for the bees. But it doesn't hurt them, does it? To take the honey? Like no bees are harmed in the
It,
harvesting of
it's
honey?
it's a it's a product of them. It's not really hurting anything.
Right. They need it. Yes, but they continue to make it. And I'm pretty sure that people that are like beekeepers and whatnot, they're good at like leaving some and taking what's needed and leaving some. I don't know. That's a very interesting point that you're making. I'm just curious. And again, I'm not judging, just trying to understand where you're coming from here.
It's an interesting concept,
It
but
is. It's very interesting. And again, you're taking away from their colony. Right. No, I get that. I get that. And again, you do you, man. I'm not going to say anything bad about your decision. I'm just trying to understand because it's a different point of view, and that's all.
one way to look at it, or a different way to look at it,
Right.
and I'm not. So even as a health and wellness coach, we teach people. People come to us as vegans
Right.
and vegetarians, and I have no problem teaching people how to regain their health by doing that. Because I'll tell you one thing. Um, Vegans and vegetarians have it a little more difficult because they're not getting all their amino acids, and they're more likely to be eating highly processed stuff
Mhm.
that is not necessarily healthy for them, because it's one of the things that, I mean, you can eat tofu.
Right.
Soy is not good for us. As human beings, we did not evolve to process and eat soy. We can't get the nutrients out of it like we should. So that's what causes some problems in people. And same thing with like grain.
Mhm.
That's why you have celiac disease, because
Right.
as human beings, we were never intended to have grain. Grain wasn't around when we were evolving, is basically what it comes to. Interestingly enough, I was listening to an anthropologist today talking about the human evolution and when things were introduced, and they were talking about honey about basically about 30,000 years ago, when they started seeing it in the human diet. And it was, bees were a respected um, item. I mean, but the thing about it is that's what they used. They used honey, and please forgive me if I offend anybody. I'm not trying to. They used to use honey to fatten up the women so that they could make it through lean times when it was hard to find food for their pregnancy.
Right.
Because as a female, if you are low body weight, you're stressed out, your body is going to tell you, don't produce eggs because things are tough right now.
No, literally, that's not a joke because women, if you get down to a certain weight, if you start dropping too low in weight, your body will like shut down that natural female
Mhm.
process. And I know that for a fact because it has happened to me in the past where I have gotten to such a low unhealthy body weight that my body literally stopped just doing normal women processes. So that I do understand where that's coming from. I'm vegan and feel great. And you know what? Hey, like I said, I don't I don't mind anything that anybody does. You guys do you. If it makes you happy, you do you. I ask questions because I'm always interested in other people's viewpoints, other people's lifestyles, how they got there, what they feel, how they how they see it, what they do. It's always interesting to me to hear somebody else's point of view. Um, oh, Golden says, "Get out of here! Get out of here about what? About what I just said." Listen, I got down to 90 pounds at one time as a grown adult and not healthy at all. And all processes stopped. Yeah. I eat raw beets. That's cool.
I love beets.
I do too, actually. I love beets. I'm with you on that one. Everything has been messed with today. Oh, of course. Listen, Golden, you and I go back and forth a lot, but that's one thing I'm not going to argue with you about that. They have. Everything's been messed with. I know.
To a degree, it certainly has.
Yep. I agree. The lack of sunlight is a derivation for cats, so no kittens. The lack of sunlight. Wait a second. No kit. Okay, so that's interesting. So I was talking about this before, like up here. No, with the bees. Oh, the bees. Okay, got it. Got it. Um, so up here in Minnesota, there's obviously a much more brutal winter with shorter days and shorter amounts of sunlight going on up here than there are, say, in Missouri. Okay. What happens is where Missouri is experiencing a huge kitten boom right now, Minnesota does not experience that for a little bit till a little bit later because there is no kittens being produced. There's no mating, happening over the winter. It is literally negative 20 and 30 below. Cats are not mating in the winter here. So our kitten boom up here actually happens like a month or two later than it does down in Missouri, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, when you said the lack of sunlight, yeah, definitely does hinder the kittens and lack of nice weather. So now what are you doing with this? So
I'm
you
gonna
put
make
let's
a
see.
lot of noise.
Okay, hang on.
All right,
Now,
so
you have what in there?
there's avocados, there's
Avocados,
blueberries,
Blueberries.
and I'll put more blueberries in right now. I just can't get anything else in there until I blend it down. There's honey. I put just a little bit of vanilla in, and then there's the raw cacao.
Is it real vanilla or is it imitation vanilla? Because these guys will give you crap.
It's real vanilla. It's not
Okay.
a vanilla bean, so it's got vanilla alcohol in it. It's yes, a vanilla bean would have been the best way to go.
Yes.
And
Have
I
you
don't
seen how
use-
expensive those things are?
That's why I
Have
don't
you
have one right
guys
now.
listen? Have you guys? Yeah, it's like a smoothie. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, yuck, green paste.
It is. It won't be green. Trust me. When it's done, it won't be green. It'll.
Dude, one little stick, one little pod of vanilla, one little vanilla pod in a little glass jar, like $30. I'm like, what? Yep. That's crazy.
I looked at it the other day.
Yeah, that's insane.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Normally, what I will put in here is either coconut cream or coconut milk or almond milk.
Okay.
I don't have either of them right now. And the thing about it is with almond milk, it's really hard to find almond milk that doesn't have some sort of sugar processing in it.
I've noticed that, yeah.
I go to Whole Foods and I buy this stuff called almond milk, MALK, and it's basically like the younger plant of it from almonds, and that's what they make it from. So it's very good for you. But typically, I would rather make my own almond milk. I used to do it all the time, especially when I worked at the packaging plant where I was packaging snack mixes and nuts and things like that. I would come home with 5 pounds of almonds and macadamias, especially. That is some of the best nut butters you can get out there. But you can make a cheap version of almond milk by getting good almond butter, just nothing but almonds. And when you have that almond butter, put a scoop of almond butter in and then add water. And now you've got almond milk.
Nice.
It's a cheap way to do it.
How long? Okay, I have 2 pods, vanilla pods. How long will they last? That's a good question. Do you know anything about that?
Put them in the freezer and they'll last for a long time.
Okay, yeah, put them in the freezer. Heather, put them in the freezer. At that price, put them in the freezer. Oh my God. And Golden says, but what are you making? It's like a smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my version of like chocolate pudding.
Okay, shh, calm. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It looks like a chocolate shake.
First round.
I'm just gonna say it.
And it will be, because of the avocados. If it was the bananas, it would be more like a frozen custard. But because of the avocados, it's more like a cold chocolate pudding. And if you put it in the refrigerator,
if this tastes good, I swear to God.
if If it tastes good. What the heck?
Listen, I'm going to keep my skeptical hat on for right now. That's my job in this.
Too much in there.
I'm the skeptical Vanna White.
And I just added more frozen blueberries.
Frozen blueberries. I'm just in my head. I am trying to understand how
I got too much in there.
How these things. I'm not doing it. Nope. I don't want to cheat. I'm not cheating. Nope. Don't, Rissy says, "Don't you dare question Stuart." Okay, Rissy, I'm sorry. That's a very obnoxious noise. Yes,
So
that's the boat rocking, isn't it?
no,
No, what is
no,
it?
that's actually my water pump.
Okay, I always thought the boat was rocking. I'm like, but I don't feel it. What is going on? Okay, go ahead and do that.
Here we go again.
Okay. I need to get me one of them things. Golden says, "Kim, now you're going to see the healthy, good ass food." Say that. The foods I try to tell you about. I never doubted you. But I like nuggies. Golden says that she makes her own coconut oil. You want to see Stuart's coconut oil? You want to see Stuart's coconut oil? Look it. It's liquid, Golden. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because it's as hot as Satan's butt crack in here right now.
Okay.
It's like 86 degrees in this boat right now. Yes, it's melted. 86 degrees. 86 degrees. Yep. It's going to be 89
Nope,
here tomorrow.
It's only 84.
Oh, it's 84. We dropped 2 degrees. Woo!
Why?
How dare you? Where's the fine china?
I live on a boat. You go down the river and somebody cuts you off and your boat goes, everything goes.
Wait. Jerry says hotter than a whorehouse on payday and twice as sticky. Paper, yes. Puts them in your hair, very healthy for hair and skin. I don't have any. It looks like pudding. This is like Harry Potter wizardry. What are you doing? This is craziness. This is crazy.
Wizardry.
What's the name of the lake? Oh, we're not on a lake, Barbara. We're actually on the Mississippi River.
Try it. See what you think.
Look at it. It looks like pudding. Looks like pudding. Coconut oil will still help your scalp. Okay. I'm so scared. What if I don't like it? Because I'm going to tell you if I don't like it. Oh my God. Like,
Oh,
I hate my whole life right now. That's actually really good. I hate everything about my life. Listen, I never said that healthy food would be bad. Look at it. Gold says, "Oh my God, eat." I am. This is so wrong. What is that stuff? It is. Okay, hang on. It is a combination of avocados, honey, cocoa powder. What else? Oh, it's cocoa powder and blueberries. Yeah.
And I use, instead of almond milk, I use water.
Yeah.
So with coconut, I love coconut milk, but not everybody likes coconut.
Right.
That makes it a much richer flavor as well. And then it's even better.
Golden says, "There you go. Eat, baby girl, eat." No, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Now, I will be honest. Does this replace my chocolate shake at McDonald's? Hell no.
Oh, that's nothing but sugar.
I know. Listen, I'm aware. You guys tell me these things as though I don't know that. No, I'm aware of what it is. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. Yep. And healthy so you can live for your babies. Heather. Golden is so done with me. I know that at home, Golden heard me say the thing about the chocolate shake, and she literally did this. God.
I get it.
Mm. It's actually no, it's really good. It's really super good. It is really good. I know Golden. That's why I like it. Golden's over here telling me about this. It's all synthetic and blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, but that's why I like it. You're just naming off the reasons I like it.
Just think of what it's doing to your insides.
I quit doing drugs. I quit drinking alcohol for the most part. I stopped smoking. I stopped vaping. I stopped everything. Cut me some
Not
slack.
quite everything. Give you slack for about a year.
I only earned a year. Damn it.
So what I tell a lot of my clients and stuff, I used to joke
Mm-hmm.
about knowing when I was going to go, when I was going to die. My dad at 63 died of cancer.
Right.
My grandfather at 63 died of cancer. His was lung, my dad's was stomach.
Wow. That's like a crazy like parallel. That's weird.
I got 2 years to go,
Damn,
But-
you're old.
but I look pretty damn good for 61.
Listen, do you hear that, you guys? Remember how I said he's cute? He's 61, you guys. I always forget that you're 11 years older than me.
She's like a little sister to me.
See why I made him part of the big three? Yep. See, Rissy, exactly. See, Rissy said I would have never known that.
But a lot of it has to do with what I changed, how I changed eating
Yeah.
in 2017. So
Mm.
it's all about choice,
Mhm.
and it's about understanding what you're eating and what it's doing to you or for you.
Right. You know what? Here's what scares me. Now I'm being absolutely real. I'm being 100% legit here. Okay. So I have heard so many stories. Now I know that you guys have heard stories like this from people. Oh, by the way, Cam, I never said hi to you. Hi, Cam, and Andres, I never said hi to you. And as I see people, I will point it out. But so you guys know that I live my life doing just the most horrendous things to my body, drugs, whatever, smoking, drinking, all that stuff, right? And somehow my body has come out pretty a-okay on the other side. Okay. You always hear stories about people that quit doing all the bad things, they go on the health kick, and that's when they drop dead of a heart attack, right? And that's always in my mind. I'm like, I have made it through my whole life doing all these really bad things. I'm like, you know what's going to happen the minute I change all my behaviors and I go on the health kick? That's when I'm just going to drop. And it's always, it's always one of those things that just gets in my head. Now, is it a reality? Is it realistic? Probably not. But it's one of those things that I always think about. I'm like, yeah, that's how that's going to happen. The minute I go healthy, everything's going to go to crap. Yeah. It's a scary thought, Rissy. It is. And I mean, I joked with my kids, and I joked a little bit with Stuart before we went live and told him this story too. You know, I made it through 20 years of being an addict. Still have all my teeth. You know, like I said, pretty decent shape for having done what I've done to my body. And I'm like, you know, I've gotten really lucky in my life. And I told my kids, I'm like, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go to the doctor one day for something simple, like a bruise that won't heal, or a mark on my arm, like a mole or something. I'm going to go in there and they're going to look at me and go, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but you got stage 4 cancer. You got 2 months to live. That's how my end's going to come. It's just going to be bam, done. So it always worries me. That always is a very scary thought. And I think that's got a lot to do with why I don't run to the doctor for things. I really don't. You guys know that. I don't go to the doctor for things. So I'm always afraid. This is going to be the time. I never have the surgery stuff growing up, but I partied or the sugary stuff growing up, but I partied my butt off. Lucky to be healthy as again, I'm very lucky. I did luck out.
So here's one thing you can look at.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know smoking is bad for us.
Right.
Smoking is not as bad for us as what sugar is. We cannot process sugar. Smoking will attack your lungs.
Right.
It does other things, but it's basically going after your throat and your lungs.
And cancer loves sugar. Is that true?
Cancer, it does. what it what happens with sugar is it creates you produce insulin, which is a hormone,
Right.
and every cell in your body uses insulin. It's what tells your body to every cell to create energy.
Right.
And of course, we use glucose, which is majority of it comes from sugars, but our body also produces glucose itself, and it will change over to ketones. That's why you hear about ketosis and all this stuff. But we're as humans, we were never meant to live in one season, if you will. That's why Mother Nature would have said, "Hey, guess what? You don't have any fruit for the next 5, 6, 7 months,
Right.
depending on where you're at. You don't have vegetables, fruit, whether it's root vegetables or squash or things like that. You don't have that for maybe 3 or 4 months out of the
Right.
year." It told us when we couldn't have stuff.
Right.
But one of the things that sugar does is it signals your body, they call it the fat switch, but it signals your body to say, "Hey, winter's coming. We may not be eating for a while. You need to start storing fat." So it causes your body to start storing fat. So the
So
more
almost like hibernation mode for like some animals. Now Gertrude asked a good question. Gertrude says, "So natural sugar is not even good." That's a good. It's a good question to ask because a lot of people are real confused about what's a good sugar and what's a bad sugar and what's a natural sugar.
honey is a natural sugar.
Okay.
Maple syrup really is a fairly natural sugar. You can get natural sugars out of a lot of things. Coconut,
Apples.
apples. So the thing about the fruit, fruit has fructose in it, but it also has, when you're eating the fruit, you're also getting the fiber and stuff from
Right.
it, and therefore it doesn't have as much fructose. Now, somebody goes and has fruit juice.
Mhm.
Now they're taking 10 or 15 pieces of fruit and cramming it down into a drink,
Right.
and fruit juice has fructose, and fructose goes straight to your liver.
Right.
Now, anymore, more people are dying of fatty liver disease, not from alcohol, which is what it used to be,
Right.
but from sugar. So sugar is not necessarily bad for you. Fruit is not necessarily bad for you, but our bodies never were intended to have it all the time. It was 1 to 2 months out of the year, and that was going to be it.
Right.
Root vegetables, beets, for instance,
Beets.
carrots.
I love beets.
We couldn't get them all the time. They're more of a summer fruit, if you will, like berries and stuff like that. They're lower in sugar concentration, so they're not as bad for you.
Right.
But again, you don't have them in the wintertime. Granted, if you go someplace around the equator nowadays, yes. But when the earth was changing and we were revolving, it was not around all the time.
Right.
So sugar isn't necessarily bad for you, except for the processed sugars out there. If you're going to
So
have
yes.
sugar, have natural sugars
Right.
like coconut sugar. Um, the best thing is honey or anything like that. Molasses is an overprocessed burned sugar is really what
Yes.
it is. So it's not the best for you. But
So are pickled beets good for you? I love pickled
I
beets.
love pickled beets. Um, so that and that's another controversy
Pickled beets are
is
nummy.
pickling. It's we wouldn't have been able to get that stuff, but it's not necessarily
Right.
bad for you.
Right.
So
Nice. When I cannot get fresh fruit, I will get the can and puree. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So yeah, so I'm technically diabetic, but I started to eat keto in 2017. My A1C is now 4.8, which I think is good, right? It's got to be
awesome.
under 6, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Five point
Look at that.
six.
Look at I'm pretty smart. I learn things. I learn things little by little. Like my
Yep.
dad just told me. I just had to have my dad and my mom teach me about A1C.
So and that's what I mean when I teach somebody that's diabetic. When I work with a diabetic person, um, type 1 diabetes, we can't. The only thing we can do is we'll still go through the same process with them and teach them about the different seasons and taking a break. We never tell anybody they can't have anything anymore. But once they learn what it's doing to their body,
They don't want it.
they don't want it
Right.
anymore.
Well, except for me.
Well,
This is how a chicken nugget is made. Kim, you still want one? Hell yeah, I want a chicken nugget. Hell yeah, give me the chicken nuggets.
but the whole thing about it is what we teach. We take a break from stuff, and that's when you start learning how do I feel, or why do I want something
I
like
feel
that.
very sad when I can't have a chicken nugget.
And there's a reason probably why you started having those that created an emotion, and that emotion is something you're using to
That's
you're
right.
satisfying that emotion with.
Comfort food. It's a
But that's
comfort food. I listen,
it,
I'm not denying any of this. You guys act like I don't understand why I'm
well,
doing so. No, I'm fully aware. It's a comfort food. It's a convenient food. And it's one of those foods that I know how it's made. I know what it's made of. Like I said, I don't care if it's made of lips and assholes. If that's how lips and assholes taste, well, guess what? I'm a fan of lips and assholes.
You
How
know,
that goes.
it's funny when people talk like that because one of the healthiest things, and this is a lot of people don't like this and don't even want to think about it, but one of the healthiest things when it comes to an animal is their organ meats.
No, and I do know that. I've heard that. Just like people that eat like the organs from like when they shoot deer, when they get deer or whatever, they eat the organs. And I'm a fan of that too. I'm a whole fan. Listen, I like liver.
It's the most nutrient dense.
I'm not eating the heart though. I just can't do it. And Andres is laughing. I'm assuming Andres that you're laughing at my lips and asshole joke. Yeah. We've passed the 30-second mark. I can talk like that now. Oh wait, only if it's pasture raised. Wait a minute, I know you're not talking about the lips and asshole thing, right?
Chicken lips.
Okay, we need to make some. I need to try this. Oh, our friendly neighborhood cat lady's here. I still have my Pepsi. I use that when my sugar is low. And I mean, you can't stand liver, really? I love liver. Nom. Look at food nom noms. I'm gonna show you food. Look, this nom noms. These nom noms, guys.
She's like she's talking to a cat here.
This is nom noms. Listen, I can't help it.
I don't know how much you want.
That's fine. Yeah. Are we allowed to have Parmesan cheese, or is that not allowed?
I do not want Parmesan cheese. It's
I'm so
dairy.
shocked. Oh yeah, that's right. It's dairy. I forgot. All right. There's nom noms, guys. Nom noms. No, it looks really good. We're gonna find out. Looks like some good sketties to me. I know, right? Zoodles? Zoodles.
Zoodles.
They're zoodles. Oh my gosh, Angela, that's awesome. Zoodles. Okay, we're gonna try. Listen, I'm. Andres is cooking pork sandwiches. Oh,
I'll be making lamb jerky tomorrow.
stop it. I can't believe you. Okay, 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 guys. I would 100%. I would. Okay, so you know how I said I would not replace my milkshakes with that. That's really good, super good. But I still like my milkshakes. I will honestly say that I would literally eat this in place of noodles for the rest of my life and be fine with it. I literally would. Don't gloat. Don't sit back there with that damn smirk on your face.
I'm not moving.
He is. He doesn't have to make the smirk. I can hear it.
Can you taste the spice in it? Just a small amount.
What did you do?
That's a tiny amount of this. I use regular salt, but that's about how much I put in
What
there.
is it?
That's that habanero salt.
Oh hell,
Habanero sea
you
salt.
could have put a hell lot more in there.
Oh, I know.
Seriously, I would literally be okay with eating the zoodles. I love that name too. I would eat this for the rest of my life and never eat. Listen, I hope my dad's not watching right now.
You know what I really like the most though is
What?
the spaghetti squash. But the spaghetti squash has a lot more carbs in it. But what I like about the spaghetti squash is you don't need a plate.
I suppose, yeah, you don't. You just put, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Leave the noodles out,
Yep.
cook everything else, and scoop it right in the squash.
Listen, you guys, I'm not joking you. This is really, really good. No pasta bloat. Exactly. No, this is so good. I really, really like this.
And it's healthy.
I hate you so much.
It's not mac and cheese from a box. Almost
Stuart,
as bad
that's
as
it.
stovetop
No, that's
stuffing.
it. Now we're never getting married. I just removed you from the list. Keep it up. My lips. Hey, I got room on my list for somebody if anybody's interested. Stuart just got booted. And Andres. And A1 Steak Sauce. Is that what they call it in the store? Zoodles?
Yes, you can get zoodles.
Wait a minute, you can buy this shit in the stores? Seriously? How the hell they send it? Oh,
You get it
wait.
in a little plastic container in the vegetable section.
Oh my God.
Produce.
Damn it. Now I'm gonna have to buy one of those stupid things. Damn it.
They have electric ones too.
Mark says, yep, in the hippie section. Hmm. Golden Kim tasting somewhat the good things in life. Listen, this is super good. ASMR. Hope the food is. Oh, ASMR. It is so good. Oh, so ASMR. I know you'll probably watch this later, but we were talking about when I'm going to come up this summer. The wedding I got to come up here for is July 1st. So if I come up, and I don't know when you're planning to come up or if you're flexible, but I'd be coming up the last week of June. Come up for a couple days, go to Furball Farm and stuff, and then go to the wedding on the 1st.
And the boat ride.
And a boat ride. Ooh, live stream boat ride. Oh, you're coming up June. You're going June 10th to the 14th. Oh, yeah. I would say I'd come up twice, but I literally can't. Oh, so good. Air fry sweet potatoes. Mm. I own an air fryer. I do. I do. I do.
Slice them up. Roast them.
Yeah.
Put whatever spice you want on them. Put them in the air fryer. You got chips.
I suppose, huh?
Mhm.
That makes sense. Hi, Coffee Cat. How you doing, honey? Mm. I can't get over how good this is. This really is super good. Oh yeah, the slicer thinger. The slicer thing, guys. The knuckle buster.
Knuckle buster.
Yeah.
That's why you use this.
Nobody uses that. Mm. This really is good, you guys. I'm a huge fan. And now I want to buy one of the little spirally thingies. A mandolin slicer. Thank you, Mark. It's one of those names that I know only if somebody else says it. God forbid my brain come up with it on its own. Hell no. Mm. So yesterday we spent the day out doing thrift store stuff. Me and my mom and dad. And that's where I got this. Yay! It's cute. I love this thing. It's really hot in this damn boat.
It's like a wool sweater.
It's not wool. You need to stop. You need to stop. It's not wool. Stop that. That's Stuart fish.
Lamb's fur.
Stop. It is not.
I
can't.
used to.
You used to fish?
I grew up fishing. I love fish.
Okay.
I just won't eat fish out of the Mississippi.
Yeah, no. Nope. So what bodies of
have.
water will you eat fish out of?
Any lake around here.
Mm. Next question. Why? Golden, are you out of here? Bye, honey. Thank you for jumping in with us.
Thank you, Golden.
So what makes a body of water fishable versus not?
Well, the Mississippi just, for the longest time, it's had things put into it that weren't necessarily good, and it's really, really muddy.
Yeah.
I have had catfish. I have had northern out here, but the only thing I'll use milk for is to soak fish in, to get rid of the mud taste.
Listen, catfish? No. Mm-mm. One time.
I love catfish.
Do you know? You ever want to listen?
Walleye's my favorite.
Catfish tastes like it looks. It's an oily fish, and when I tasted it, I was like, "Yep, that's literally." I can like picture the fish as soon as I put it in my mouth. I'm like, "Yep, it tastes like it looks." Ick. Nope, can't do it. Mm-mm.
Do you want to sit on a stool?
No, I'm good. I'm always standing. I stand at home when I do this. I'm good. Don't try to be nice to me now.
I love walleye,
Mm-hmm.
but any kind of fish I love to eat.
Rainbow trout, my
Mhm.
favorite. Definitely. Smoked catfish is nummy. Ugh. No.
Here's a little bit of interesting trivia for you.
Yeah.
First year on a houseboat,
Mhm.
we kept hearing this noise like this. Couldn't figure out what it was. Went all over the boat. And of course, the person I was with at the time thought for sure there was a rodent somewhere in the boat. We spent hours looking. Walked out on the dock and talked to some people out on the dock. And they said, oh no, that's the carp eating the algae off the bottom of the boat. As they're sucking the algae off, they're turned sideways and their tail is helping hold them in place and their tail is thumping on the boat. If you're ever down on a river somewhere or any body of water and somebody hears that on their boat, you can tell them that's carp eating algae.
Carp are the ugliest fish. Those big old sucker lips.
Mhm.
They look like little suckers.
You should see carp around here when
Nope.
when the mayflies hatch. The carp, I mean, literally, you could almost walk across the water. There's so many
Oh my
carp in there.
God, that's so crazy. Mm. Mark, that's funny that you say that. Mark said the best tasting fish he's ever had was caught up in the Boundary Waters.
Mhm.
That's literally,
Clean water.
yeah. So I went to the Boundary Waters one time with a camp, right? We were there for a week, and I caught a rainbow trout. Literally pulled it out of the water, skinned it, flayed it, put it on the pan, ate it. That was literally the best fish I've ever had. I didn't know rainbow trout fresh out of the lake has like a sweet flavor to it.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so good.
Not all. It depends on the lake.
Right.
But
And I
up
think
there
that's
especially.
yeah, I think that's why it had
Yeah.
such a strong, beautiful taste. It's so good.
A lot of people love trout.
Golden says, "Oh, they're so cute." If you're talking about carp, Golden, you need to go on now. Stop that. They're not cute. They're so ugly. No. Mm-mm. Anglerfish are cuter. And you've seen what those things look like. Look like little demons.
Because they got their own little bait.
Dude, that's so demonic. You have 10,000 lakes to choose from in Minnesota? Yes.
And a lot of rivers too.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why the Mississippi from here down is so bad is because you have other rivers feeding into it.
Yeah.
From farm country
Yep.
right up to the river, and they're spraying all kinds of stuff on the farm, and it's washing off into the river.
Coffee gets us. I used to like prawns, then I found out stuff, and they're totally off my diet now. Listen. That happened to me with strawberries. I won't eat them.
Why?
Nope. So TikTok, one point, people were taking their strawberries. Now listen. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I'm
Mhm.
not that person. But when they're bringing their strawberries home and they're putting them in water and whatever, and then they're getting close up and these little worms are crawling out of them, right? I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not true. That's fake. So I go to the CDC website, start investigating, not the CDC, the Food and Drug, the FDA website, and I start investigating, things about certain foods because they've got things about foods, what's allowed, what's not. And I find out that these are fruit flies, larvae.
Mhm.
That's okay? Nope, it's not. It's not okay. I'm not doing it.
Packed full of protein.
No, oh. You so would say that. You're so gross. He's so gross, you guys. Fritz says Kim ruined strawberries for us. I know I did. I'm so sorry, you guys. Listen, it was ruined for me too, and I love strawberries, and now I can't eat them anymore.
The whole thing is
Nope, there's bugs.
they're not all like that.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
That's why
I
you
saw
wash
the-
your vegetables, wash your food. A little
You
bit of
know what?
vinegar in the water.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, putting vinegar in the water and then soaking them to wash them off, and all of a sudden these little worms start crawling out. I'm like, nope. Mm-mm. He's back here like, ta-da! Oh
I had
no.
one- I had one before.
God, that's why are you? I don't want to know.
So my kids used to threaten to send me on Fear Factor because there wasn't anything I wouldn't try.
Wait a minute. Back up. Am I having a? Am I really having this a big? Did you just say your kids?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I have 2 kids. Guess how many grandkids I have?
Wait. No, back the truck up. Just back the truck up.
Wave to them when you go by through Des Moines.
Hang on, you guys. Just hold on. No, Heather, it's not okay to eat the bugs. It's not. Stop it. Nope, we're not doing this. If it's not okay to eat the sugar, it's not okay to eat the
Do you know
bugs.
how many bugs you eat every night?
Don't
when
you change the
sleep
subject on me there, Father. Okay. When did we have kids?
in? We have not. We haven't had kids.
You know what I'm asking you, smart ass.
Well, my daughter and my son are both in their 30s.
You had kids back when I had my daughter?
Probably, yeah.
Because my daughter just turned 31.
Yeah.
I never
My-
knew that you had kids.
My son just turned 31.
That's it. You're totally off the list. I don't want anybody that has kids.
I have 7 grandkids. How about
Oh
that?
my God. Ew. 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 He's a grandpa, you guys. Ew. Andre says not. Andre says it's not truck. You mispronounced it. And I said back the truck up. And Gertrude's over here laughing about being off the list. He's a grandpa. You guys, come on. Hmm.
When you think of your grandpa, do you think of me?
Oh God, you're so off the list now. Oh my God, I don't even know how I ever thought about putting you on the list. Ew, ew. Stuart, why are you like this?
I'm me.
You are you. You're still a butthead. Now you're just gross grandpa butthead. Copycat goes, well, that's it then. You're written off. Now you're definitely getting the cats in my will. How's that?
That's all right. I have 2 people that said that their dads are going to put me in their will. I just keep adding the list.
Andrea, you're not sending me your husband. Stop that. I'm pretty sure that falls under human trafficking rules. Stop. She keeps trying to ask me if she can ship her husband to me. I'm like, no, sister. That was a decision you made. You need to live with your own decisions. I made my choices. My choice was to not have a husband. Ew. How did I not know that you have
Ooh.
kids? Yeah.
What's
Grandpa.
wrong with that?
You're a grandpa.
What's wrong with that?
I know, that just makes you old now.
I'm 61 years old, but I'm not old. I'm getting older every day.
Well,
As
that's what
are you.
I listen, that's what I thought too until you told me you're a grandpa. Now it just, things have changed. You're a grandpa 7 times.
You'll get over it.
Stuart, what the hell?
Really only a grandpa once. I just have 7 grandkids.
Oh dear God. We will all take Wendell. Yes, listen, Wendell is looking better and better every time this one opens his mouth. Wait, grandpa shaming. Christy said I'm grandpa shaming.
No doubt.
You know why I can do that? Because I will never be a grandma. I will never be a grandma, and I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I don't ever want to be a grandma. Jessica says, well, Kim, we are all getting older. Unfortunately, it happens to all of us. I know, but I'm never going to be a grandma. And in order to keep that means I can't be with somebody who's a grandpa. Jessica says, no grandkids yet. How come? Neither of my kids are ever going to have kids of their own. It's just never going to happen. And that's their story to tell. I mean, it's not that I'm not saying that, I'm not doing that. It's none of your business thing. No, it's one of those things where it's I just trust me when I say I will never have kids or grandkids. My kids will never have kids. So that's just never going to happen. It's never going to be a reality in life. And I'm fine with that. That's their choice in life. But it's also the reasons behind it is their story to tell. So yeah, I can't do that to them. That's their privacy. But just trust me when I say that. No one's ever going to be like, nope. Oh, I can't. That's like nails on a chalkboard to me, just thinking about it. Ugh.
Do you want some more?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though. That was really good. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica, for understanding. I appreciate that. I didn't want that come off as me just being like rude about it. Yeah, it would just require me to go in with portions of their life and their business that just is not my business to tell. That's all. My grand, I'm a grandma. I'm called Yaya, and I think that's totally cute for other people that aren't on my list. Listen, you're not that.
Wow.
That's not a rule that just goes for you. If Zach Bagans ever showed up on Ghost Adventures with a girlfriend or a wife, and all of a sudden grandkids, I'd be like, well, now you're off the list too. This is
And
not
how
just a
old
you
is he?
thing. He's like my age. Yeah. Actually, let's find out. I don't know how old he is. Let's see how old. Oh no, I did the wrong one. Okay. So I went. How old is Zach? 48. He's 2 years younger than me. Cougar. Um. So I went the other day and I went with Greta to go to this thing at her work, and they had free alcohol. So I got a glass of wine. A glass of wine. Okay. Halfway through that glass, I'm like, well, it's a good thing I'm not driving. Halfway through the glass, she was like, really? I'm like, yep. I can't. I can't drink, so I don't drink hardly ever. But it turns out though, if I'm at an Olsen family get together and I'm eating food there, I can manage a glass of wine just fine because I did that on Easter. Yeah, I know, Andres. Free alcohol. It was great. I won't ever be a grandpa either, Kim. My daughter doesn't want kids. Yeah, see, there's always those situations. Yeah, Andres, Kim. Aside from your human kids, you have 20 feline kids. Okay, so that's fair. If we're gonna go there,
You probably still won't have grandkids though.
nope, actually, that's not true because Mittens and Perfect and Princess are all my kids. Mittens knocked up both my girls before I had a chance to get them fixed. And so they had 5 kittens between them, and 2 of them are in my house, Figaro and Amber. So technically, I guess, yes, Figaro and Amber are my grandkids, and my son has a cat that he treats the same way I treat my cats. So technically, Granite is my little grandkitty. So I have grandkitties. I mean, I got, but they don't call me grandma. Okay, that's it. Yes, we have fur kids. Yes, and I do have grandkitties, just not grandkids. Okay, I'm gonna unhook this. Oh, I better not. I don't think I can unhook it. I don't dare. It's gonna go offline again. It'll go offline again. Okay, so listen. I would take you outside and show you the boat, but the problem is like I said, he's still got the plastic wrapped around this, so all it looks like is a big old what?
Greenhouse.
It looks like a greenhouse. It just looks like a greenhouse, guys. A boat-shaped greenhouse. That's all it looks like. So, you know what's going to have to happen? Y'all are just going to have to hang around until this summer when I come back up and we go on a boat ride. See how that works? Just string you along. Okay, well, thank you very much for making food, for showing us something healthy, even though I gave you a lot of crap for it. You did a great job. And yes, I would, yes, listen, my final review here is yes, I would literally replace my noodles, my spaghetti noodles with these for the rest of my life and be fine with it. But I still want the chocolate shakes. I'm not saying it was bad because it was very good. I mean, I plowed through that. It was really good. But I still like my chocolate shakes. That I wouldn't replace ever.
So if you had a choice with a McDonald's chocolate shake and that sitting side by side, which one would you choose?
Chocolate shake.
I'm sorry.
But listen, it's not a total loss for you because if you put regular spaghetti noodles and these noodles in front of me, I would choose these noodles over the spaghetti noodles every time. So look at that. See? So there you go, guys. We did a dinner date night from the boat. You guys got to meet Stuart, who's a wonderful guy. Give me a hug. Thank you so much, hon. I really appreciate it. She's still off the list. And we got to do a healthy meal with you guys, which I hope you guys enjoyed. More than likely, I am probably going to go back to Furball Farm tomorrow. Yeah, I probably will be. It's my give me day. So I'll probably go. I think tomorrow's gonna be I'm gonna go hit a couple more random thrift stores, stop and see a friend of mine that works actually not too far from Furball Farm, and go to Furball Farm for a little while. So I'll jump in here and do another live stream. And right at the end there, Heather gifts one more membership. Thank you so much, Heather, for all the gifted memberships tonight. I really appreciate it. And congratulations, River, for that one on that one. And yeah. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I will probably see you guys again tomorrow. So have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.